Welcome. How about them Cowboys? Everybody says they're America's team, and I don't know who says that anymore. Before we start the show, guys, let me introduce you guys to my brief commentators, my brief analysts. First off, we got the big brother, Tony Monica. How you doing over there, buddy?
Beautiful. Beautiful weekend of football.
That sounds good. Then we got my good friend, James Wighouse. How you doing over there, buddy?
Good, man. How's everyone doing?
We're doing good. It's kind of cold out here, but we survived.
Yeah, it's cold.
Then we got the little brother, the one who's probably crying in his household on Sunday. We got John Paul Monica. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm good, man. No crying over here. Let's go Bengals.
Okay. Then we got the man that specially hit me up about his picks. The man from New Jersey, Elizabeth, I believe. My good friend David. How you doing over there, buddy?
Good, man. Union, New Jersey, not Elizabeth. Close, but I'm in Union.
All right. Man, let's first go to this Dallas Cowboys game, man. I was reading a stat that Mark Sanchez, the quarterback of the Jets, who has most known for his butt fumble, has won more playoff games than the Dallas Cowboys have in the last 25 years. Now, Paul, how do you feel about that stat, buddy? Because I know you're a big Cowboy fan over there.
Well, Mark Sanchez also has a better playoff record than a lot of guys. Wighouse can agree with me on that one, and we know that. He's 4-2 in the playoffs. So, I mean, you might want to take it easy when you talk about Mark Sanchez. That team that he had was stacked, and yes, they should have went to the Super Bowl that one year. That kind of screwed them. But besides the fact, I will get into this Dallas game. Dallas played horribly first half. First half, they looked like they didn't even want to be there. And I'll give it to the San Francisco 49ers. They ran the ball very well. They threw the ball very well. But, man, Deebo Samuel, he's a threat, man. And I feel bad for Green Bay this weekend. But on the other hand, I do have to say it. And if there are any refs watching our show, which they absolutely should, because we haven't really knocked on the refs too much this year, but I'm going to do it today. There was horrible calls in this Dallas Cowboy game. I mean, I don't understand how you're placing a ball down when a team. This was in the second quarter. This wasn't even in the fourth quarter. When a team is driving and you go and place a ball down with 5 seconds left on the play clock, and when they don't snap the ball off, it's their fault, and you give them a delay game. Me personally, I'd be flipping out. I wasn't home. I wasn't home for the ending of that because I had to go to work with this nor'easter that came and went. But I was listening to it, and, man, I was in my car screaming, how do you not put that ball down and give him a chance to spike it? But, again, listen, man, the team won. They called the game, and congratulations on San Francisco making it in. And I'll tell you what, man, they're gonna give Green Bay a hell of a run. I still think Green Bay is gonna take that game, though. But we'll get into that later. But yeah, that's the end of my rant.
Okay, Tony, I know you love the Cowboys. They hold a special place in your heart. They hold a very special place. You got that evil smile already. Tony, how do you feel about this game, buddy?
I mean, if I could have went to Stephen A. Smith's house this morning and stole his hat and did his dance that he did, I would have did it all over the place. So I'm going to agree with my brother halfway. There were bad calls on both sides of the ball. Dallas killed themselves with the penalties. They played 3 quarters of shit football. I think they went into the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken, 23-7 or 24-7. The game was over at that point. Your touchdowns were garbage time touchdowns, as they call it. And then the last play, sorry, I'm not blaming that on the ref. Dak, you tried to be a fucking hero. You were passing the ball with accuracy. You were getting out of bounds. Why did you have to run the fucking ball, you scumbag?
Did you not to cut you off?
No. That's it. He tried to be a hero, and it blew up in his face. Way to go, San Fran.
I want to say he's a scumbag, so I'll take that part back. Let's say that bad skin bad part. But listen,
Trying
John,
to be
he had
hero.
Tony, he had no other option, buddy. He had to
Yeah,
go forward.
there
What
was-
you about to do?
there was-
It was fourth
Throw the
down.
ball away.
He had no
Throw
other
the ball
option.
away.
He thought
Throw the ball
he
away.
threw the ball away, he would lose the game. What are you talking about? Throwing the ball
What are
away.
you talking
Fourth
about?
down when he ran.
Throw the ball away is 1 second. Throw the ball away.
Yeah, then it would be game over. Didn't catch the ball.
What are you talking? Throw it away. I didn't say throw it to a receiver. Throw it away.
It was fourth down, that play. That was fourth down. He had no other choice. You throw the ball away, the game over.
It was not fourth down.
Yes, it was fourth down, I believe.
They were getting first downs every play.
That play was, I believe, was fourth
There
down.
was 13 seconds left on the clock.
I
Screwed up.
I can't take that away from him because he took his team and listen. I understand the way football works, and that's fine. He took his team, regardless of the fact, almost 60 yards in a matter of 13 seconds. He had to run that ball. He had no choice. They showed the replays over and over and over again. There was no open wide receivers. But you
Chuck
are
it away. Chuck it away.
It wasn't a fourth down. It was a second down. And
Chuck it away.
I can't blame him. There was 3 seconds left on the clock. I've seen guys run for Tom Brady to get him to tap the ball down.
What was 3 seconds left?
There was 3 seconds left on the clock after that slide. 3 seconds.
Slide. He shouldn't have run. Chuck the ball away.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As a ref, you got to put that ball on the ground. Give them a chance. That game shouldn't have been decided by a ref trying to put a fucking ball on the ground. Excuse me.
Tony Romo, who's pro Cowboys all game, said Dak should have found the ref and gave the ref the ball. But
Tony, you have that momentum.
Center.
When you have that momentum and you're going, okay, that's not in your head. Your head is, I need to get this ball back to my center so he can snap it and I can spike it.
He's been playing football his entire life. He knows the rules.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The refs don't have that choice. They don't have that choice. You shouldn't put this game into their hands and for them to sit there and say at the end of the game, oh, the game is over. No, bro, there should have been 1 second left on the clock.
It was on Dak. It was on Dak. 100% on Dak.
Right.
Let San Francisco play the way they were playing and try to defend that last second touchdown. That there would have been one more play. Do I think Dallas would have still won the game? Probably not. But you still give them that 1 second. You never know.
Okay. David, what do you think over here, buddy? I know you're sitting there quiet. And I know you love the Cowboys over there, too. Your favorite team over there.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm not a Cowboy fan or anything, but, I mean, I like Dak Prescott. The game, I agree with refs, it was 50-50. Dallas had some really undisciplined penalties.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you a little better now. Just the signal's going in and out.
So Dallas was undisciplined all game with penalties. Refs made some iffy calls as well. Pass blocking was awful for Dallas. Dak really didn't have that much of time. And San Francisco runs that defense where they're just going to rush four guys. They want to create pressure with the front four, and they want to drop seven, which is a nightmare for a quarterback. If you can get pressure with four, you're in a whole heck of a lot of trouble because they're just going to drop seven deep in a zone, and it's going to be really hard to pass the ball. So a lot of guys also didn't show up.
Yeah, James, we're losing there, buddy. James, we're losing
The
here.
Cowboys were giving Zeke the football. All right. Sorry, I got a little bit of bad weather here, so just keep telling me if I'm kind of going in and out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Zeke Elliott was really a non-factor in the game. It felt like they were doing the 49ers a favor if they were giving him the football. CeeDee Lamb didn't show up. He had two big plays. One of them came back on a penalty, a pre-snap penalty of his own. And he had another drop on the 3rd and 11 late in the game where they had to go for it on the 4th and 11 where it could have been 4th and manageable. My take on that last play there, if Dak is going to run it, Dak needs to know that he has to get down within 5 or 10 yards. He can't run 15 yards and then slide. That slide's going to take a couple more seconds off the clock. If he slid at the 35 instead of the 25 and gained 7-8 yards, they probably have 2, 3, maybe even 4 seconds on the clock. I wouldn't have run it there. but ultimately that was the call that they made. If I was Dak, I would have just slid earlier, and it gives you more time for everybody else to get set. You spike it. You have one more play from the 35 or so, and it's going to have to go into the end zone. But ultimately there, Dak has to know that he can't run 15 yards when there's 14 seconds left on the clock and then slide. There just wasn't going to be enough time. That ref was sprinting to try to get to the ball. It ultimately didn't work out for them. But Cowboys, you can blame the refs, but that one you need to kind of take on the chin as they played undisciplined football. I think half of their penalties either wound up in a 49ers first down or took away a Cowboys first down. So you can't have that in a playoff game with the way the 49ers run the football and play defense, and it put them in a lot of trouble.
Okay. David, what do you got in this one, buddy? I know you love the Cowboys.
There's a couple quick things. First off, whoever thinks the Cowboys deserve to win that game, I like some people were posted on Instagram. They must be watching a different game than me because they had 14 penalties. Some of the penalties were in crunch time, like the one hands to the face. Like, why would you even tackle an offensive lineman for? Like, they're about to get the ball back, which nobody was talking about. And another thing is, let's talk – the refs were bad and stuff like that. Let's talk about that fourth down play with Deebo Samuel, the third down, that they moved the ball back. It wasn't there was no conclusive video evidence to show the ball should have been moved back instead of, where it was. That's number one. Let's talk about how bad Jimmy Garoppolo tried giving the Cowboys the game. Jimmy Garoppolo played awful in that fourth quarter. He did everything he could to give the Cowboys the game. He overthrew a wide open receiver. He threw an interception. I don't even know where he was throwing to. And let's talk about that third down play where I think it was Ayuk that was wide open. Probably would have almost been a touchdown for them. He overthrew him too. And another thing is, at the end of the game, I agree with the whole running thing, but the center has to give the ref the ball. It's not Dak's job to give him the ball. It's the center's job. But let's be honest here. If you're an offensive lineman, are you really thinking at the back of your mind, I have to give the ref the ball? Your first mindset is let me put the ball down, let the ref touch real quick or whatever. Should have Dak slid 5-10 yards before? Yeah, of course. We could say that now, but in the heat of a moment, you don't know. Would I have done that if I was an offensive coordinator or whatever? It had to be up to Dak because you have no timeouts. In NFL, the clock doesn't stop after a first down. So I get it. But when I hear the Cowboy fans talk about the refs, all that, the Cowboys did it to themselves. And if anything, the refs actually gave the Cowboys a chance with that whole Deebo Samuel run where I don't even know how they even came up with conclusive evidence that wasn't a first down. But whatever. That's just my opinion of it. I definitely don't think the Cowboys should have deserved to win it. But it was a great game. But Jimmy Garoppolo literally almost gave the Cowboys that game. And we'll talk about later. That's why I don't think the 49ers will win this weekend.
Okay. Man, another year, Dallas not losing the playoff game. What else is new? I'm 23 years old. I might be older, but 26. The Dallas Cowboys might not have had that many wins. You guys suck. All right, guys, let's go to another game. There's another controversy. I saw this actually happen. I was pissed off. The Cincinnati versus the Raiders game. When Joe Burrow threw a touchdown, the ref blew a whistle. When players hear whistle, they automatically think the play is dead. But no, that did not happen. The guy got the ball, and they said touchdown. How do you think, these refs should have handled this whole situation? What they should have done? I'm mind-boggling. What do you think they should have done? Yeah, Paul?
Sorry.
Want me to go first?
Yes.
All right. The rule states that on any whistle, the game's supposed to be blown dead and the play is null and void no matter what happens. But I don't know how you can do that when we have video replay and all this other stuff. I get the rule, but no offense to that referee either. Bro, what were you thinking? Well, first off, what were you staring at? My man was 2 feet away from the out of bounds mark, threw the ball, and threw a touchdown. Why would you even blow the whistle for? What was the sense of that? That was stupid. It was the stupidest play of the game. I mean, he could have ruined that game. I mean, but then you look at it on both sides. If the rule would have led up the way the rule was, yeah, the Raiders would have sat there and said, all right, well, they didn't score. We get another chance. Great. But then you look at the Bengals side going, you guys just took away a touchdown when nothing happened. You took away a touchdown without a guy standing out of bounds. I mean, these refs got to be, they do, man. They got to be more serious. I mean, this isn't regular season football, baby. This is playoffs. And, I mean, you can ruin games with blown calls like that, man. And I was happy that they kept the touchdown just because you saw it blatantly that he wasn't out of bounds. But I did feel bad for the Raiders on that account as well. But at the end of the day, man, he wasn't out.
I understand that he wasn't out of bounds, though. But when you blow a whistle, the defensive guy thought the game play was over. That's why it went open like that.
Those guys were still running.
It was bang, bang. I think it was bang, bang.
That means the play is dead, correct?
Yes, but everyone was still running. He threw the ball as a touchdown. Those guys were nowhere near him to begin with.
Oh, my God. They weren't, buddy. Because the ref blew that whistle. What do you expect?
It was a bang, bang play. I think that's why they kept the touchdown.
You didn't watch it as well as you did. Because
it was a bang, bang play.
He threw the ball. They blew the whistle. He caught it, and that was it. You're not going to tell me for a half second my man's going to stop his feet. That's not going to happen. You're not going to stop. Nobody in momentum is going to stop in a half second.
Maybe the defensive lineman, the offensive lineman, maybe, because they're kind of just sitting there shuffling. But
yeah, but he's away from them too. But there was two Raider guys right next. One of them,
like I said, I believe it was a bang bang play, and that's why the play wasn't overcalled. I mean, that's why the play was kept as a touchdown. It was a bang bang. They looked at it. The ref said, "You know what? We can't take this away." I think that's the why they did it. If it was 2 or 3 seconds later, that'd be a different story. But I believe it was just too close.
Okay. Yeah.
But let me continue to put my 2 cents in because I'm talking anyway. So, I thought it was a good game. I gotta be honest. I'm a little perplexed at this point. After everything that's happened with Vegas this season, all the bullshit they've gone through, the fact that they made the playoffs is amazing. That's one.
Yeah.
So what the hell is going on in Vegas that the GM is gone? So something happened that I didn't hear about? But why? I mean, after everything that's gone on in Vegas, the fact that they made the playoffs, I believe, was a miracle and a half after everything that's gone on. But it was still a good game. I enjoyed it. Congrats, Cincy.
Yeah, what do you think, buddy, over there?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game, but the rule states if there's a whistle in the middle of the play, an inadvertent whistle, the play is blown dead, and whatever happens does not count. I don't know why. I mean, obviously nobody knows why the ref blew the whistle. Joe Burrow wasn't even close to being out of bounds. But even if you're the referee standing there and you think there's a chance, just swallow the whistle, because if he is out of bounds, they're just going to review it. It was a scoring play anyway. So they would have just reviewed it anyway, found out he was out of bounds, and would have brought it back. So sometimes these refs just need to let the play happen and let the replay take care of it. If he was clearly out of bounds, they would have brought it back because they review every single scoring play. So there, I believe the referee's explanation was when they got together, they determined that the whistle came after the catch. So that's why they upheld it as a touchdown. But I think it was pretty clear. He blew the whistle while the ball was in the air. And I don't really think the Raiders defense was kind of starstruck about the whole thing and was like, oh my God, I heard a whistle. That ball was midair. That ball's moving at, 50 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour. To hear the whistle, ball midair, and then you just stop. Yeah. I think he was going to get beat no matter if there was a whistle or there was no whistle. I think that's just kind of, how it would have shook out anyway. But by rule, they should have blown the play dead. And that's what should have happened, but they didn't. So you're here. And I think those referees, that crew, is disqualified from reffing any playoff game from here on out for the rest of the year, for the rest of this season anyway. So, hey, listen, you mess up, you got to face the consequences, and that's what happened. But overall, good game. Yeah, the Raiders did fire their GM. The draft has been a bit rough for them. And I think maybe when they packaged Gruden and Mayock together, when they fired Gruden, there was probably a thought that they were going to wind up firing Mayock. And maybe if they won on Saturday and maybe, advance in the playoffs, it would have turned out differently. But it seemed like maybe a premeditated decision before they kind of went on the run to get to the playoffs. And then they played a competitive game on Saturday. And I think they were maybe 10, 11 yards away on that fourth down from potentially tying the game. So it was a good game.
Yeah, 100%. David, what do you think over there, buddy?
David, it looks like you're on mute.
That it looks like you guys said everything. The ref should never blew the whistle. If anything, you could review all the scores. So therefore, the whistle should never been blown. The whole thing about the Oakland stopping and whatever you guys all hit on, they didn't stop. Nobody stopped. It was just the fact that people blow whistles in the crowd. If you've ever been to an NFL game, sometimes too. So if that was the case, you would just think it was the crowd or whatever. But what I want to talk more about is the Raiders GM. So if you guys remember, he used to be an NFL draft analyst before he became a GM. So what he would do is he would draft all in the first round, everybody from a big college. So he drafted everybody in the first round was either from Clemson, Alabama, things along those lines. So he obviously didn't do bad drafting if they made the playoffs this year. And name one person that said, oh, the Raiders are definitely making the playoffs this year? There wasn't one. And the fact that, maybe some of them didn't pan out to be the best NFL prospect in the first round, they still made the playoffs. Did he deserve to get fired? No, because not one person ever said, oh, the Raiders are definitely making – especially in the AFC West with the Chargers. Everybody said Denver was making the playoffs this year, if you guys don't remember. KC, you would have never expected that. You would never expect them to even beat the Chargers the last week of the season. So I just feel that he got a raw deal, in my opinion. He beat the odds of everything. I just think it was something from ownership that they either didn't like him or something happened to where some of you said, it might have came from up above from Davis saying that, we need to get rid of this guy. But I think it's BS. And I think he had a great year. And the Raiders should be happy about the year they had with all the turmoil.
100%. Well said.
Thank you.
I agree with that one. The Raiders went through hell this year. I don't even think they would make playoffs. And I got to give props to Derek Carr, man, keeping his head up and leading these guys to victory and leading the playoffs at the end of the day. Because the hell he's been through, man, is not insane. Losing your star wide receiver to that awful event that occurred. And, even after that, still he came on and won the game and took on the playoffs, man. Hats off to you, man. Especially to the head coach. He definitely should not be removed. I'll keep him next year as my head coach. Definitely would. Definitely would. All right, this next team is also Tony's and David's favorite team. Their favorite team in their division. Fly, Eagles, fly. But they got spanked. My man Tom Brady came in. He came to play, baby. The GOAT. Man, John Paul, what do you think after this game, man? You think Tom Brady's the MVP of the league?
It's close. I'll tell you that. It's definitely close. I don't know about MVP. I think Aaron Rodgers still has him beat by that for a little bit. But listen, I did very stupidly, but I thought the Eagles were going to put up a little bit more of a fight. And man, when I saw that first quarter, I was like, oh shit. I said this game's way over. I said there's no way they're going to come back from this. I mean, Jalen Hurts played like garbage. The rushing attack wasn't anywhere near good. I mean, they obviously didn't look at some of the the video that they were supposed to be watching on this team, because you can't run balls up the middle on Tampa Bay, man. You can't do that. When you got Vita Vea blocking up the middle, you got those three guys on defense there for Tampa Bay that just clog up the middle of that line. You can't do that. You bounce it to the outside. That's how teams have beaten Tampa this year. That's the way it's going. But as for MVP, for now, it's definitely close. Definitely close. I still think that Aaron Rodgers has him beat for right now, though.
Okay. Tony, I know they're your favorite team, the Eagles. They cost you out the playoff spot last year. What do you think about this game, man? What do you think about Tom Brady winning MVP? You think he got in the bag?
No, I still think the Colts running back is gonna walk away with the MVP. Actually, if Derrick Henry was healthy all year, he would have ran away with it easily. But I don't think quarterback is taking MVP this year. Good game by Tampa Bay. I don't know what else to say. It was a complete blowout. Philadelphia sucks. They probably shouldn't have even been there. And they're going to be looking for a new quarterback. Jalen Hurts, you kissed your ass goodbye.
Okay, that was his first playoff game ever, buddy. What are you talking about? Every quarterback does bad in their first playoff game. What are you talking? This guy, I can't think of that. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. You said every quarterback? Hold on. Did you say every quarterback their first game? Oh, yeah. Take it back. You better take it back.
Before I get attacked by the two Monica brothers on my show.
It's knowing your facts before you make a stupid statement.
Yeah, but he should not be removed as quarterback. Come on.
Goodbye. Batin.
Oh,
Yeah, get out of here.
James, what do you think about this, man?
James, you're muted, James.
Oh, God.
I mean, you guys hit on it. The Eagles, let me put it first round picks this draft because they need. Yeah, I'm not muted, am I?
No, we just.
Okay. How about now? Good now?
Yeah, it connected.
Yeah, I mean, easiest way to put it is it's a good thing they got 3 first-round picks this year. They need to use all of them or package it up, maybe potentially to get up and get a quarterback. Because, I mean, they made the playoffs, but they have a lot of work to do. I think I saw they were 0-7 or 0-8 against teams with maybe a winning record or teams that, teams with a winning record. They were 0-7 or 0-8. So they got a big offseason ahead. In terms of, trying to get some difference makers on that team because they did make the playoffs, but I really think they have a lot of work to do. Obviously got a rough hand with getting Brady at home in the wild card round, but ultimately you got to compete better than that in that situation. So they got a lot of work to do, and Aaron Rodgers is the MVP of the league.
Oh, my God, Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe.
Aaron Rodgers, come on, man. I'll get into that man a little later. I'll get into that, man. David, what do you think about this game, man? How about this game? How it went out?
I mean, everybody anticipated Tampa would win this game. I mean, they were home, Brady in the playoffs. It's that simple. Now, in terms of Jalen Hurts, do I think that he will be the starter? Well, Nick Sirianni, the Eagles coach, came out today and said that he's our quarterback moving forward. I don't know if he's the quarterback moving forward, if I was to be honest. A quarterback, does he have the tangible tools? Yes. Does he have – he needs weapons, number one. Number two is I don't think his accuracy is as good as anybody else's. And three, I don't think he's good at reading a defense, and he gets confused, and that's when he starts to run, where Lamar Jackson can read a defense. If he does throw a ball, it's because he throws it too far because he has a gun as an arm. So I think the Eagles should draft a quarterback, but I don't think there's one in the draft this year that they should waste a top 10 pick on. But hey, listen, if it's all about scheme. If you think there's a quarterback out there that fits your scheme well, take him. If you think he could be a quarterback for 10 years, But at the same time, you wasted a second-round pick on him. It's the same thing with the Giants. The Giants don't want to move on from Daniel Jones because we wasted a top 10 pick on him. It's kind of the same thing with the Eagles. You wasted a second-round pick for this guy to come in. You traded Wentz away and everything else. It's just going to be a big mess if they draft a quarterback in the first round. The Eagle fans are going to flip out because there's other positions that are bigger needs. Ertz could win you games. He could win you games. He just needs weapons. Rager stinks, and there's no weapons around him. How do you expect him to do anything? And the blocking was shaky all game. I mean, Tampa was getting pressure all game. That's just my opinion of it. Like I said, it's all about reading a defense for Hurts and everything else. He needs help around him too, so you just can't blame him about it.
Okay, but David, I have a question now.
Yep.
Russell Wilson has been one of the names with Philly attached to during this regular season. You think Eagles should try to make a push for Russell and try to bring him to Philly?
If nobody wants Russell.
Can you let David speak? I'm not speaking to you. Let David speak first.
To be honest with you, I think the Eagles make the playoffs But like I said, it's Russell Wilson's not going to have a Metcalf on his team. He's not going to have Lockett on his team. He's not going to have any of those weapons on his team. And honestly, they need a running back too. There's so many needs. But do I think getting Russell Wilson would help the Eagles? Oh, absolutely. Russell Wilson on the Saints. I can name 4 NFL teams off the top of my head that if he goes on their team, they're a playoff team. Now, do I think Russell Wilson will be good on the Giants? Yeah, but I would never trade 2 first-round picks for him.
Okay. What do you think over there, John Paul? You think that would be a smart idea?
Russell Wilson's
on the Eagles.
Yeah, on the Eagles, no. I don't see him going to the Eagles. I see them like Dave and Tony said. I see him staying there. Simply because
I think it's more of the less like he's saying like, let's say the Eagles traded for Russell Wilson tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you think they're a better team? Do you think they'll go to playoffs? Do you think they'll go deeper in the playoffs than Russell Wilson?
But absolutely. I mean, you're talking about a quarterback that's been in the league. And I agree. Any team that gets a Russell Wilson is definitely going to have to still put more money into their team, because you can't just get Russ and think, oh, there we go, our quarterback. He's going to do it all, because you want to build around that guy. So the Eagles, I mean, they have the capital to do it, and do I think they will? No. That's where I was getting at. So I mean, yes, absolutely. Russell Wilson, again, like David said, he can go on any team. Almost a guarantee that they're going to be a playoff team. You know what I mean? It's just, again, it's who you have around him. Me personally, again, with the Jalen Hurts thing, just like Dave said, man, there's nobody in this quarterback draft right now. You leave him there, and if he produces next year, how can you get rid of him? But if he doesn't, there's four or five quarterbacks coming out of college in 2023 that are supposed to be unbelievable. So.
Okay, let's see what happens. And the fun fact that David talked about DK, the Eagles actually picked over Jalen Hurts over DK. All Philly wanted DK on that team, but the Eagles said, "No, we're going Jalen Hurts." Fun fact. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, let's go somewhere else, man. First of all, I want to say this on my show. First of all, I never, ever want to hear that Kyle Murray is a better quarterback than Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson played the Rams. Russell Wilson never got spanked that bad against the Rams like Kyle Murray in the playoffs. Let me finish.
Is there a reason why we're still talking about Seattle team? I mean, they're playing golf.
Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish?
But I mean, you want to talk about Seattle? They're home.
No, we're talking to you. Oh, let me finish.
You sound like Cartman.
Can you finish? Back to my point. Kyle Murray gets spanked. They get spanked like this, man. That dude, and I don't understand. You played this team twice already. Twice. You're not playing a new team. They're your divisional rivals. You play them every year. Yeah, they got much better defense this year than last year. But, like, you get spanked that bad. So, for all the haters out there, never ever say that Kyle Murray is a better Russell Wilson. Better than Russell Wilson. Because you're going to be on crack. John Paul, what do you think about this game, man? Kyle Murray getting spanked that bad.
Again, I thought the Cardinals were going to put up a little bit more of a fight. But in reference to what you just said, this year, Kyler Murray was better than Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson was injured too, buddy.
You're making excuses. So like assholes. Everyone's got one. They all stink. Besides that fact, I thought they were going to put up a little bit more of a fight. They didn't. And it was horrible. But you know what? Hats off to LA's defense. They played phenomenally. Their offense played really, really good. And I'm actually excited to see what Matt Stafford could do in his second round, man. I mean, this is exciting football we're talking about here.
Okay. Tony, what do you think over here, man, about this Rams dominant win, Matthew Stafford? What do you think over there, Tony?
I mean, the Rams played good on every aspect of the game, and Arizona just did not show up, except for J.J. Watt. He showed up, and he was still kind of hurt. But, yeah, and it was a complete blowout. So, I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. It's just a complete blowout. and Arizona's going to have to go lick their wounds, get healthy, and come back next year. Star receiver was was out for season, so that was he was a big part of bringing them to 7-0 to start.
8-0.
8-0, sorry.
Okay.
Congrats on Matt Stafford. I believe that was his first playoff victory.
Yeah, congrats, Riley, buddy. All right, James, what do you think over there, buddy, about this Van dominant win over the Cardinals?
Yeah, I mean, it was about as dominant of a performance as you're probably going to see in the playoffs. The Cardinals, I mean, Kyler Murray wasn't good. Nobody was good. It just was not their night. But hats off to the Rams. They played awesome on defense. Stafford got, Odell the ball. It was good to see Odell kind of have some playoff success there. And it's going to be really fun to watch this Rams defense go up against Tom Brady. I think that's going to be probably one of the biggest matchups that we're going to see over the weekend is, Von Miller coming, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, which is probably going to be less of a factor because I don't even think Tom Brady's probably going to look his way, but it's going to be a really fun matchup between those two teams there.
Okay. David, what do you think about this? What do you think about this game this past last night? Matthew Stafford and Kyle Murray.
I told you guys last week, defense wins championships, and it showed how good the Rams defense is. They got pressure. They had good coverage. Just as a defense, they played awesome. Quarterback contained him all game, so he couldn't run around. Listen, at the end of the day, Stafford's way better than Goff. So if I was to say this weekend, Goff on the Rams versus the Bucs, I'd say, the Bucs will probably win in a close game. Watch out for Stafford. He's due for a big game. He got that first one under his belt. I don't know. This a little upset here, but I think it's definitely going to be a good game too. And if you guys remember, the Rams kind of beat down the Bucs a little bit last time they played each other. So I think the Bucs might owe them a little bit of a payback. But the Arizona's still young too. They were beat up. They had injuries and stuff. I think they'll be back next year.
Okay. Arizona, hopefully you guys rest up, man. Y'all better be ready for my boy next year, Russell Wilson. He's coming. He's coming on the Hawks. Go Hawks, baby. All right, man, let's talk about another beatdown that's happened. John Paul made sure to text me the whole game. The whole game when this beatdown happened on Saturday night. Every touchdown, every play, every pick, he texted me. The Patriots get shut down. It's not shut down. I'm going to correct myself. They get beat down for more than 30 points. It was 47-17. John Paul, what happened here, man? What happened?
Mac Jones happened. Like I repeated to you prior weeks, is a young quarterback. Do I think he will succeed in this league? Absolutely. Coming out of the draft, he was the most ready quarterback to start. But he's also very young. Going up against the Bills defense in 7-degree weather in Buffalo. No offense, he wasn't taking it. And when I saw how cold it was going to be, like I did right after our show last week. I went on the Weather Channel. I said, let me see how cold it's going to be in Buffalo. As soon as I saw how cold it was going to be in Buffalo, I said, oh, shit, Patriots are done. There's no way they're going to win that game. And listen, man, Buffalo looks frightening. They do, man. They were kicking ass. And it hurts me. And James could probably attest to it, being Jets fans our own. But, Buffalo looked really, really good. Patriots just had no answer. There was no answer. You don't get blown out 47-17 and think that there was an answer. Even Bill Belichick, he shook the coach's hand, but as he's shaking his hand, he turned away and, walked right off the field. You know what I mean? I think somebody that gets that embarrassed, that's hard, man, especially when you're that good of a coach and you think your team is going to do a lot better. But sorry, Billy boy, we knew that was coming.
Okay. James, what do you think about this game, buddy? I see you laughing over there, smiling.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. It was nice. It's weird because the Bills are in the AFC East too, but it's kind of hard to be weird on other teams because the Jets are just not there yet. So there's no reason to be kind of so hard on the other teams. But the Bills, it was a perfect game if you think about it. At least for the offense, they didn't punt, they didn't kick a field goal. They had 7 drives, they scored 7 touchdowns. Just a ridiculous performance by Josh Allen. He's a freak. And it's going to be awesome to see him play Patrick Mahomes this week in Kansas City. My one thought, and I know we'll get there eventually, but the Bills lost Tre'Davious White earlier in the year. And he's a phenomenal corner. One of those man coverage corners. They don't really come around very often anymore. And this might be the week where it kind of comes back to hurt them just a little bit, just because of what the Chiefs offense can do. But I think they're going to go back and forth in Kansas City this weekend. It's going to be probably a high-scoring game. Now that I say it, it's probably not going to be a high-scoring game. Something ridiculous is going to happen where it's not going to be.
Yeah, 33.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, don't bet the over anymore. Don't bet the over now. But yeah, no, it was the perfect performance by the Bills, and it was just kind of nice to see the Patriots go down in that embarrassing fashion, because they did it to so many teams for 20 years, and it was just kind of nice to see it happen to them.
Okay. David, what do you think over there, man? I know you love these Buffalo Bills.
I told you last week Buffalo would smack New England, and they did. Josh Allen is just a beast, man. Like, he could do everything. He could run. He could pass. He puts his body on the line for his team. That's the type of quarterback you want. He's the type of person where he doesn't want to slide. He wants to put his shoulder pad down and smack a defensive back. And that's what gets you fired up. I mean, listen, when I played in college and, my quarterback would put his shoulder down, run over a defensive back, it gets everybody up. It's like, yo, what? It gets everybody like a little fired up. I don't know. The Chiefs' offense is starting to come back alive now, which is kind of scary. But like what you guys all said, I mean, I wasn't surprised Buffalo smacked New England. New England doesn't have any targets either for Mac Jones. They need to go out in the draft, and they're like the Eagles. They need to go out and just get receivers in the draft. They have 2 good tight ends, which they have. Bourne, wide receiver from San Francisco. He was a surprise this year where he did great. But N'Keal Harry has been a bust from Arizona State since day one they drafted him. All he does is complain. He wants to get traded and everything else. They need to get wide receivers for him. They'll be back next year probably. They just need a couple targets. They need a couple positions. They'll probably be back. But I'll say one thing. Don't forget, Buffalo beat Kansas City pretty bad in Kansas City last time. So.
Okay. Tony, what do you think about this game, man? The Buffalo's giving a good Patriots spanking.
I'll keep it simple. Way to go, Buffalo. Let's go. Next.
Okay. All right, guys. We saw Big Ben on Sunday, probably his last game of his career. Do you guys think he's done? Big Ben is done with the NFL?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think, listen, man, he had an illustrious career, dude. 2 Super Bowl wins. I mean, you can't take anything away from Ben Roethlisberger. And granted, he had his own issues. Obviously, we all know about those. We won't bring those up. But he had a phenomenal career. And for his team to go into the playoffs, and, yeah, they got destroyed by Kansas City, but at least even – I mean, you saw the fight for him, man. Like, he threw a ball to one of his wide receivers early in the first quarter, and his wide receiver didn't even try. He ripped his chin strap off and gave that wide receiver a piece of his mind because, I mean, he still has that fight in him. Do I think some teams are probably going to call him after he says he's retired? Absolutely. I think they might give him a shot, but I think Big Ben hangs him up. I think he's done. I'd call it a career if I were him as well. And if he does call it a career, Big Ben, I hope you have a great rest of your time hanging out and just playing golf and whatever extracurricular activities you like to do.
Okay. James, what do you think over there, man? You think Big Ben, his time is done?
Yeah, I think it's over. It's been fun to watch him. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's gonna get in there the first shot. But it's kind of tough to see him. He fought through this year. They made the playoffs, which was great. He had that moment the last week of the season to clinch the playoffs at Heinz Field. So that was really cool. That I'd take that as my send off because it is hard to watch him at moments. Sometimes he doesn't look like he can move his own 2 feet. So I would just call it quits here and kind of ride off into the sunset, go into the Hall of Fame, and do whatever you want for the rest of the rest of your time.
Okay. What do you think of it, Tony? Do you think Big Ben's time is over? You guys are both the same age.
This is a little bit of a toss-up. If his time was over, why not sit at the press conference right then and there, do the John Elway, even though John Elway did the Super Bowl victory. I mean, this is a absolute shit way for Ben to end his career. I mean, that was a complete monstrous blowout. His wide receivers did not help him. And one thing I keep saying is he did say that this is his last season with Pittsburgh. He has not said this is his last season. Who knows? But once again, I mean, if you're going to hang him up, why at the press conference not say, hey, it's over and damn you, Pittsburgh. I mean, you cost me a perfect week. I know you guys were the underdogs, but I thought you would at least try to bring Ben to a division title game. Not the Super Bowl. It wasn't going to happen, but whatever. It is what it is.
Okay.
They were beating the Chiefs there, buddy.
Okay. David, what do you think of it, buddy? You think Big Ben's time is over?
Listen, I'll make this nice and short. 2-time Super Bowl winner, first ballot Hall of Famer. The guy gets hurt. He gets beat up every year, and he still plays for his team. Root for somebody like that. The guy plays hurt. He has a bad shoulder, bad knee, bad everything. He's still on the football field. So I'm a Big Ben. I like Big Ben. Do I think he's going to call it quits? Yeah, he has his body probably has been through so much. So.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens, man. Big Ben, buddy, you had a great career. I think it's time for you to retire him up. You're a 2-time Super Bowl champion. I believe you're 5th in all-time yards, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But definitely should hang him up, man, because you can't take no more hits, man. I feel bad for you every time I see you take hits. All right, guys, let's go. The time is up now. Let's do our weekly picks, man.
Before we do weekly picks.
Yes, I know, sir. Please announce the whole stats how everybody did. Please.
That's how we go. So I'm actually going to start with the winner first and work our way down.
Yeah.
Congratulations to our newcomer. David knocked it out the motherfucking park this week. 6-0, baby. Way to go.
Thank you.
Me and James followed it up with a 5-1 week. James, went with Vegas on his loss, and me stupidly, I knew it was a stupid pick, but I wanted the underdogs with Pittsburgh, so I lost that one. John Paul, you finished with 500. You suck. And Amir, you fucking, I mean, come on. You shit the bed 2-4. You're terrible. We're not even going to let you pick this week.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, guys, the first game we got here, we got the Bengals coming into the Titans, man. This is going to be an interesting matchup. John Paul, who you going with, buddy?
Honestly, even if Derrick Henry's back and he's healthy, I think there's just too much firepower on Cincinnati. I think they make it to the next round. You can make your eyes as big as you want there, buddy. I like to take the Bengals. Plus, you're the mush. You ended 2-4 this week. I can't even look at you no more.
Tony, what do you think over there, buddy?
It depends on what kind of Derrick Henry's coming back, man. I mean,
bringing a guy back early from an ACL, dude, his season should be over, and you're going to try to bring him back. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
I feel stupid here. I got to go Tennessee.
Okay, James, where you going, buddy? Which way are you going towards? James, you muted.
Sorry. I'm going Cincinnati. I think they ride this streak, and the team that had the bye comes out rusty, and they're just not able to catch up.
Okay. David, who you got there, buddy? Just make sure you're unmuted too.
Listen, the Bengals are not home this week. Tennessee's returning starters. And listen, whenever your star player comes back from injury, your team gets fired up. I'm going to Titans.
Okay. I got to agree with my friend David and Tony. I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans, man. Come on. You really got the Titans?
You guys both.
Man, come on. Derrick Henry's going to come to play. Come on, y'all. Y'all crazy, man.
It's such a mush. Pick the other team.
Yeah.
That's any guys both. Might as well mark that as an L. Me and James got that one.
Okay. All right. Next big game Saturday night. They got the 49ers. They're coming to the Packers, man. Both teams I hate badly. I hate their fans. Man, oh man, I don't know who I'm.
What the hell did their fans do to you?
Because I'm friends with both side fans. That's what they bother me every time they beat us. Especially Peter. If you're watching the show, buddy, I'm sick and tired of getting calls every time Packers beat Seattle. All right, David. Let me tell you, John Paul. Who you going with, buddy?
The one team I don't see being rusty coming off of a bye is Green Bay.
Of course, you would say that.
Listen, Shorty, let me finish. So. I do like the Packers in this game. Again, I think the Packers make it to the next stop there, baby. So I got the Packers.
Okay. What do you got there, Tony? I see you playing with your beard, buddy. Who you got there?
Just thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Packers, okay. James, who you got there, buddy?
Packers.
Okay, thank God you unmuted for that one. All right, David, who you got there, buddy?
I'm going to say the Packers, but the 49ers front four, I think they're going to give Aaron Rodgers all he could handle. And to be honest with you, I think the 49ers are going to play like how they played against the Rams and run the ball like 40 to 50 times to keep the ball away from Aaron Rodgers. But listen, do you trust Jimmy Garoppolo or do you trust Aaron Rodgers?
He might not. He's also injured, too. He's coming banged up his shoulder. He banged up his shoulder in the last game. He's going to be injured this game, too.
He's coming back to play. He's not stupid.
Yeah, Packers.
I'm like the guy. I like to be on the opposite side. I like to be on the other side of the wall. I'm going 49ers. Sorry, Peter, if you're watching the show, buddy, but I can't stand no Packers.
Yeah, your opposite side got you 2-4 this past week.
Real funny. Make fun of the Detroit guy. All right, guys. This is a heavy hitter matchup, man. These both teams seeing each other in regular season. We got the LA Rams. They're going into Tampa Bay. John Paul, who you going, buddy?
Oh man, I was kind of hoping you were going to leave this game for last. Because as much as I want to say Tampa Bay in this game, I'll tell you what. Go to somebody else.
All right, I go down to your brother first, who's sleeping over there.
Rams,
okay. James, who you going, buddy?
I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. I think Brady makes it one more round. I don't really say it all that confidently, but I think I'm gonna take the Tampa Bay Bucks here.
Okay, David, who you got winning this week? You got the same mindset like last week, or what do you got here, buddy?
I'm gonna say Rams because Buccaneers offensive line's all banged up. Tristan Wirfs got hurt. Jansen got hurt. They're not going to be 100%. And listen, if you're going against Aaron Donald, you better be 100%. You know, you have those two guys. You have Jalen Ramsey on his side, who's probably going to be matched up against Mike Evans. I don't know. I think this might be the Rams' year this year, man. To be honest with you, I'm going Rams.
Okay. John Paul, you still thinking over there, buddy? That's like when the Jets make their picks?
I've come to a conclusion.
Thank God he did.
Oh, God.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna go with James here. I'm gonna take the Tampa Bay Bucks. I agree with the firepower. I don't think the offensive line is gonna let them get through as much as everyone else thinks so. But we'll see. Hopefully, it's gonna be a great game either way.
Man, I don't know why you guys are not confident in this man. This man is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. Come on, this would be an easy one. Tom Brady, the GOAT, is gonna win this game. I got Tom Brady going to the NFC Conference game. I got Tom Brady. Come on, I can't believe y'all saying you were not confident. You cannot go confident. This is the GOAT right here, guys. Come on, man.
Except when they play the Giants.
What's up?
Except when they play the Giants.
Yeah, okay, yeah, y'all haven't been in playoffs in years, okay? Y'all keep on talking about the 1999 Super Bowl.
No.
All right, let's go up here. Now we got a big matchup over here. These teams seeing each other also in regular season. This is a Sunday night playoff game. We got the Bills. They're coming into Kansas City's house. John Paul, who are you going with to win this matchup, buddy?
I got Kansas City. I think it's going to go back and forth heavy. And I agree. And as much as James told me not to take the over in this game. I might have to, man. It's way too. You're talking about firepower versus firepower. I think both defenses are okay. Do I think they're great? No, but both of those offenses are phenomenal, especially the way they both finished out the season. I go KC though.
Okay. Tony, I see you making your little faces over there, man. What are you thinking over there? What are you thinking over there?
I mean, did you not see Josh Allen just fucking destroy New England? He's gonna go in there and he's gonna take Patrick Mahomes, and just wipe his face on the KC sign on the 50-yard line, and then score a touchdown. Buffalo Bills, baby.
Did Buffalo KC? Did I watch a different game than KC beating the fucking crap out of Pittsburgh?
Well, guys, we gotta control the language here, guys. Come on,
Pittsburgh and New England is different, please. That's my.
Okay, man, I can't take these two. James, who you got winning this one matchup? And make sure you're on mute, please.
Yeah, I got KC in this one. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, and I think Patrick Mahomes gets the ball back with 2 minutes, 1:30 seconds left, with a chance to win, and I think they pull it out in KC.
You say he's a ball bag?
Something's wrong with you guys. David, I see you over there, buddy. What do you got in this one, man? I know this matchup is hard for you. I know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
If you look at both teams, they're even across the board on all positions. Except offensive line. I trust the Buffalo Bills offensive line more than Kansas City's offense. Kansas City has a tough time against pass rush. If you look at all the games they lost, Patrick Mahomes played like crap because he was getting pressure in his face, getting hit, and things along those lines. I think if Buffalo could do that, Buffalo will win. And if I had to trust an offensive line, I think Buffalo has a better offensive line. So I'm going Buffalo.
Buffalo. I don't know, man. This matchup is gonna be hard for me. I don't know if I should ride David. Go with David on this one. I don't know. I'm gonna go with David on this one. I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. I got Buffalo.
God. You're such a mush, though. You're such a mush.
I got Buffalo Bills win this game. All right, guys. All you guys have a great day. Hope you guys like this video. Share this video and subscribe. Thank you guys for all coming, and see you guys soon.